Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. Today I am back in the garden, and it's that time between. So like the winter garden, it's in full production, but I'm eating it, so there's bare spots in my garden, and I'm doing cleanup and weeding and different things like that. But the seeds are so exciting at this time of the year because I do my seeds late. Here's my little Valentines garden. Look at that beautiful red head on my chicories. These are endive, I think is what the name's called, but they're all in the chicory family. And I've had this plant for 3 years now, and this is the first time they've ever headed up. This is the same plant, you guys. It's just this one got a beautiful big, this head is like big for this. And this one has a tight, hard head on it, and that one has a loose, beautiful head. When you look at the vegetables in the Mediterranean garden, can you hear the violin music? Oh my goodness. Look at my turnip. I planted these from Dollar Tree turnips 2 years ago, and I didn't get any. We didn't have enough rain for the turnips to come up, but this year we did. And this is how many turnips the rabbit left me. But I'm happy because it'll go to seed now. It should be going to seed soon. And then I should have more turnips than I know what to do with. Let's keep going. Happy Valentine's from my red garden. You guys know I love to do red vegetables. Now this is a new one. This is Traviosa is what it's called, but it looks the same as my other ones. It got blood red this year. It's not, this normally gets about the same red as this one, but this year it dropped down close to 0 and it got blood red. And I thought, oh, well, these are gonna be so sweet. And I've been eating the leaves. You guys, they're still bitter, but I've been eating them and they've been good food. This is my red celery that usually just has like a touch of plum or pink in it, but with this weather this year, oh my goodness, it is absolutely gorgeous. If I was at the farmer's market this year, I would be the queen of the ball, okay? And even my red Russian kale is putting on a show. The plumes have the most beautiful violet color. You can see the blue in the leaves. It's so pretty. So I just wanted to share with you guys my little Valentine garden. Now here's one that's in the sun. It's in the winter sun, but it still has, you see that red veining in it? That's actually fuchsia colored, and the leaves are blue. This is cabbage, I think, but it's getting long here. I planted cabbage and I planted Brussels sprouts, and the other one isn't getting enough nutrient to pull back in that corner. But I'm really excited for the flowers on these, and bees love flowers in the brassica family. So I have a garden full of vegetable music. This has, I'm really going for it now. This has a little bit of red in it. This is a California cherry tree. Yeah, it's a native to California. The cherries on it have a seed in them that's almost big as a walnut. So it's not normal food, but it's the only cherry we got. And I was able to grow it from seed. I got this seed from a seed house, and I just stuck it in the ground. And lo and behold, one day, this popped up. And then 2 years later, this popped up. This plant here is 2 years old. So they can be quick growers, but then again, this one is 5 years old. And I trim it up to make it into a hedge, And I was hoping that it would spread out over this space and I could just keep it trimmed into a nice hedge. Because as you can see, I live near corporations and stuff like that. So I don't want all those people looking into my humble abode. But happy Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. God bless you. Jesus loves you. And I love you with all the Jesus in me. I can't wait for this to flower. I found another one. Now this isn't red in time for Valentine's Day. But as you can see, that's a strawberry. So it's gonna be red. Look at that. I was so worried about this plant. We don't normally have weather cold enough for it to lose its leaves. So when it lost its leaves, this is a California native. I was like, oh my goodness, did my little plant get frozen out? And as you can see, that leaf has a little bit of winter damage on it. But the plant thinks the coast is clear now, and I think it's correct. It's the end of February, and she's leafing out. Phew! Dodge that bullet. And dandelions are doing good. This is my one dandelion plant, you guys. This is the only condition that this dandelion finds is fine. It doesn't spread out, so, and it gets eaten all the time by the rabbit. That's why it has very few leaves. That might be why I don't have any more dandelions, because it keeps on getting eaten by the rabbit. And there's my strawberries growing right next to it. Is that a, wait a minute, is that a strawberry? Yes. Oh, I have to watch my beans like a hawk, because the birds just think these are so lovely. So these are fava beans. So they grow about 2 foot high. The ones that look shorter just have fell over, and then they started growing up towards the sun. Some of them, that when they were babies, you can see the long canes on the ground. When they were babies, they got eaten at the top, but they still flowered where they are, and looks like I'm gonna have a really good harvest this year. Poking around, and I found the biggest parsnip I have ever grown. And I mean, I've been eating the tops because I can, but look at that parsnip. Huge. I don't know how deep it is, because I grow my parsnips in rocks, so a lot of times they'll just be a round ball on top. But wow, it's amazing. I'm gonna let that one flower, because that one knows how to grow in rocks. I'd like some more of those. It's been 2 weeks since I planted these, and they've been up for a week. I just haven't gotten out here because I didn't put any tags on them. This is the row of sorrel. As you can see, I got pretty good germination. I have no germination in here. Maybe I didn't put any seeds in there, and it looks like I've got some coming up through there, but they got to push over the wood. Not a problem. I knew my sorrel would do really, really good. Now we come over here, and this is my spinach seeds, and they're just now coming up. This is what a spinach seedling looks like. There's a spinach seedling right there. There's more spinach seedlings coming up. This is the seed. I expected better results than that from the spinach seed. I thought it would be closer to the sorrel seed, so I'm a little concerned about that. Okay, maybe they're still coming up. Now that I look in there, see, there's a spinach seed there that's getting started, and I think I see something that looks like a spinach seed there. I expect to see a spinach in each one of these containers, because I have to have a good amount of spinach, because we have wild rabbits, and then there's snails and slugs. So that's the fight I have to fight. I put 1 seed each in here, and so far I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 4. I put 2 seed each in these, and about half the containers have seed in them. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll move on to the good news. Once we got over here, these are where I have my, these are in the spinach beet family. These are my chard right here, and the chard did really good. They're big seed, and they came up. Basically, I see a seedling in each container. I see what may be my chard, and it looks like my lettuce seed may have moved over one. But you see how you can see that, I'll show you. See how you see that red thing on it? That's usually something in the beet family, and I'm seeing one of those in each of my containers. And those seeds are so big I didn't plant a lot, so that's good. And I see that my lettuce seed moved over a container. Now we'll take a look at my lettuce. You know, that just, if your seed's viable and it moves over a container, it'll just pop up in the container. I've got good germination from my lettuce. It's doing well. And then these are my flowers. I've got a variety of flowers in here. Over here are my marigolds, and I told you I don't get a lot of great germination from marigolds. Some people say they do, but you see I've got marigolds sitting there that haven't germinated yet, and then I've got marigolds that have germinated, and it looks like I've got marigolds that are in the process of germinating. But if you look, most of those containers for the marigolds are empty, and that is what I've noticed in the past from seeding out my marigolds. I don't get a lot of seed from my marigold. You go over here, and these are my Dollar Tree seedlings that I put out, and they did really, really good. I've forgotten what these all are, but they all did good. So if you get flowers from the Dollar Tree, the seed is really good. I think these are those heliochrysums, which are like, they look like a dried flower when they aren't, and they did good. This right here did good, but something is eating it. So you see these right here? Those used to have flowers on them. This right here is being eaten. So maybe that's that right there, but that's yummy to something and it's being eaten. I could put a cover on this, but I don't want to. I'll just get whatever survives. And this is something I'm trying to grow for sure. Anyway, that has good germination too. So that's good. So basically, my Dollar Tree seeds all did good. Some of my seeds look like they may have been eaten. Hopefully, more will sprout. My onion seeds are a month old. They've been up for a month. They're out and doing good. I have both my regular onions that I grow, which didn't look like I got too much germination. I've had better germination in other years. And then some of these are some leeks that I like to grow. And it looks like I got good germination on my leeks, so that's good. And there looks like I might have interplanted it with something else, or there may be a weed growing in there. I don't know. I'm letting everything grow, and I'm now fertilizing it once a week with half dilution of fertilizer to get it to grow faster. I've got more onions growing over there, and in here I planted my tansy. I've never gotten tansy to grow like that from a seedling. If that's tansy, I am absolutely amazed. And then this is my wormwood. Again, I've never gotten wormwood to grow like that, so I don't know. I must have underplanted it with something else. I think those two thin ones there are probably the wormwood, or they're seedlings that popped over here from the dill. More likely it's the dill, because the dill, as you can see the little dill seed still on the end of the flower of the seedling. But that's not stopping it. They're growing on with Jesus. Dill is hard in my area. I don't get a lot of water. Plants that require medium to 23 inches of water in the summertime are hard, because I will never give them that amount of water. It won't happen here. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll keep watching these. If that is tansy and wormwood, this is a bumper crop for those, because I've never gotten that kind of seedlings from them. Over here, I see some other little seedlings coming up. My onions, as usual, doing fine. And I see some lettuce over there that's doing great. When they get their first set of true leaves, I will repot them up. So that's where we are with that. And I hope you enjoy finding out how to be successful getting things to sprout from seed. This isn't going, now we got to go from here. Yeah, we got to go from here. Jesus loves you, and I love you with all the Jesus in me. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. I hope it brought a little smile to your face.